Hello and welcome to the Monocle Weekly. I'm Fernando Augusto Pacheco, and on today's show I head to the beautiful seaside town of Itacaré in the northeast of Brazil. There I had the pleasure to speak with Brazilian hotelier Juliana Ghiotto, CEO and co-founder of the Barracuda Hotel Group. Juliana Ghiotto, CEO and co-founder of Barracuda. It's a place that I had the pleasure to visit. So very nice talking to you, Juliana. My first question to you, I know we're both from São Paulo here, but you have a very long experience with the wonderful city of Itacaré, right? Can you tell us about the beginnings? I mean, how did you fall in love with Itacaré and now, of course, Barracuda as well?
So actually, it is kind of love story because I was a designer in São Paulo. So I worked as a designer for a few years, but at that time I was very young and I really wanted to have other experiences in life. So I was kind of open to see where I should go and what I should do to find my real purpose in life. So I came to Itacaré actually for vacation, to stay 1 week in 2004, October 2004. I know sounds crazy, but I met my husband the day after, So he's a local guy. His name is Daniel. He's a local guy. So he born here, so he has been living his whole life here in Itacaré. Right away, we were together, we were discovering so many nice things together, and I started learning about another way of life, So for me, it was very tough to leave after 1 week because I just want to discover more, So at that time, since I was a designer, I was thinking about maybe going to Europe or doing, something else outside Brazil. But at that time, I said, why not staying in Brazil and learning more inside my country, because the philosophy, the way of life, in Itacaré is so different from São Paulo. That is so respectful for the nature, for the people, and I just love to live this journey.
It's a very special city, indeed. I have to say, I've only been once and I was like, wow, the beaches, the nature, So, but also it's very nice that you have a space like Barracuda, which is, now a very respected hotel, but also very connected to the environment. I know, for example, I was reading a statistic. Is this true that 80% of your staff is made from locals, right?
Yes, because, after a while, I was leaving the roots of Itacaré. I have a local family, and the only way to go was to co-create, to collaborate with the community. So actually, the sustainability we see in Barracuda, it was not an afterthought, was the pillar and the decision-making, fact that I was bringing with me all the way until now. So the only way for me to develop a hospitality project was to collaborate with local people to be able to offer the best of Itacaré because they are the real host and the real protagonist of this story. Né? And at the same time, I was sure that I was going to give back to the community that was so nice with me. Né?
They welcomed you to the city as well. Remind us, Juliana, when did Barracuda actually opened as a hotel? I know I want to talk also about the expansion. Now you have another one called Barracuda Boutique, but tell us about the first one. When did it open?
This one, the Barracuda Hotel and Villas, opened in 2020. However, Barracuda Hotel and Villas is the way it is because of Barracuda Boutique. So everything started when in 2005, me and Daniel, we met a Swedish group of friends, and they were passing in Itacaré because of surfing, nature. They really wanted to find this retreat, to be here 2-3 times per year. So they fall in love with Itacaré and they start dreaming about having a house for themselves, to be here a few times of the year. So we together, we understood that we could do something, very special together. But actually nothing started to be a business, you know? So I think this is also part of our DNA, where we started from a dream, and in a very organic way, we end up by doing a hospitality project, because it was the only way to make this happen and also sustain this for the future. So it took many years for us to develop this project. So Barracuda Hotel and Villas took 15 years to be built, not the construction itself, but for us to mature our project. We found that plot in the Fisherman Bay, and we said, let's build a small house, a small guest house for ourselves to be able to live Itacaré while we mature and build our dream on the hill. So we opened Barracuda Boutique in 2013. And for many years, until 2020, when we opened Barracuda Hotel and Villas, we were experiencing Itacaré in this small guest house, which we call Barracuda Boutique right now. So the idea there was really to understand, what we want to do and how we want to do. So it was like a lab. Né? We were very focused in sharing the best hospitality to our group and to our guests, but at the same time do this in co-creation with the local community. So after a few years, we look at the original project for the villas, for the houses, and then we were sure that we should include a Barracuda boutique hotel in the middle of the houses to be the heart and the soul and to sustain this for the future. So, and then we understood that what we were doing was actually a very unique and independent hospitality project.
And Juliana, I want to ask as well, you mentioned the Swedish investors. So in terms of design and perhaps even culturally, do you see Barracuda as kind of when Bahia meets Sweden as well? And what does that mean to you?
Yes, for sure. I think I found myself being a bridge between Sweden and Bahian. So what I try to do is really to, to consider the fusion of both cultures in everything we do, you know. So in terms of architecture and design, we use Brazilian materials, Brazilian designers, Brazilian artisans, but in a more minimalistic, elegant way, you know. So for sure the Swedish lifestyle and also design, it's a signature, né? In everything we offer to our guests.
And both quite laid back, I guess, right? Bahia and Sweden, they have the fika, right? And Bahia, of course, has the fame of being quite relaxed and appreciating
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, we have even a T-shirt in our little shop in the hotel with the word, I don't know if I will spell 100% correct, but free live, you know? So it's this like living outdoor, you know? So it can be a picnic, it can be a coffee, it can be a trail, but really enjoying the outdoor life, the simplicity. And I used to say, after many years living with Swedish and Bahian, that actually both cultures are, give a lot of value to the essence, but the language they speak is completely different. So the challenge is to create a common language between both cultures, but actually both people, both cultures really likes the essence of everything. No?
One curiosity, I mean, when it comes to your guests at the hotel, I mean, are there a lot of Brazilians, or do you see actually a lot of foreigners, perhaps even from Sweden? Do you see any interesting, what countries actually go and visit
Cocktail.
Barracuda?
It is a cocktail of people, and this is what we like. When we opened Barracuda Hotel and Villas 2020, then the dream became a big project, and we are very ambition in a good way. And we understood that we wanted to create a destination itself. So we want people, in many places know that we are here, So we are positioning back globally right now. So we really want to put this in the map. And little by little, we see more foreigner coming. So a lot of Europeans, they connect right away with the concept, the whole project. And now more and more Americans are also discovering Barracuda, which is super, super nice. We have a mix of Brazilians and international travelers.
Nice cocktail, as you said. And talking about cocktails, I've been to Barracuda. I did not stay there, but I did eat there, and I had a great time. I think food is quite a big deal there as well. So tell us about the food offering.
Like everything we do, we try to do with local resources and also in a way that we build resilience in the systems. So we work a lot with local fishermen, local farmers. Mainly we have 100% of the cooks in Barracuda are from Itacaré, and most of the ingredients comes also from Itacaré. So it's quite simple, the food, but it's super fresh and it's super healthy in the end. So our main goal is to generate, well-being through everything we do. So food is really important part of the whole experience.
If I was there at the bar right now on a nice summer evening, what should I drink there, Barracuda?
Oh, if it's not a coconut, which is super simple, but it's the best, non-alcoholic
That's
drink.
also very good. I'm tempted.
Yes, our guests, they really like the combination of the cocoa honey, we call mel de cacau in Portuguese, and the gin. So if you mix the gin with the cocoa honey, it becomes a very, very nice and fresh cocktail by the pool.
And Juliana, I just want to see, looking ahead, are you excited? As I said, you told me about this organic expansion of Barracuda, but how do you see in terms of even hospitality in Brazil as well? Because you want to put Itacaré on the map as well. Some people still don't know this magical place in Brazil. So how do you see next year for Barracuda?
We took a decision in 2021 to do an extension of the hotel because inside we have 26 hectares of like rainforest where we are using only 10% of the area for our project. We still had at that time 5 plots more inside the same area. So we are building 19 suites more. They are very special. They are around 90 square meters, very integrated with nature. It's very special for couples. And we are also launching right now, in 10 days, a very beautiful villa that will have its own name. And this is going to be super special. It's a masterpiece. So it still has the same pillars as the other Barracuda villas, sustainability, design, textural, and hospitality. But we kind of elevate all these pillars when we did this new villa.
Out of curiosity, when will this expansion happen, the extra 19 suites?
The 19 suites will be ready in the end of 2026. So probably it will be available for booking early 2027. I think after we finish the new suites and we launch this new villa, then the project here in our area is complete. So we want to go together with other very beautiful and sustainable projects in Brazil in order for us to support the destination and develop as a touristic place, but always connected to sustainability and the beauties of Itacaré.
That's fantastic. And Julian, I was thinking here, another connection between Sweden and Bahia is good music, right? I think that's a good point. That's a good connection there.
Yes, we have nice owners. So all these villas that we have around the hotel, they are private owned by the Swedish families. We build everything together. So the owners really likes to come. So it's a very special community, but they are super happy to open their villas to our guests. It's a very special and unique development for sure.
Fantastic. Muito obrigado, Juliana. Foi prazer. It was a pleasure talking to you. Muito obrigado mesmo. Thank you, Juliana. For more information on the hotels, go to thebarracuda.com.br. I can't wait to go there soon. I'm Fernando Augusto Pacheco. The show is edited by Elliot Greenfield. Thank you for listening.